Well, in the last lecture, we had uh, given the thought on the role of ritual, religion, and its relationship with ecology by citing some examples, particularly among the Sembaga tribe in New Guinea. And in that, we have witnessed how ritual, in a way, is being played out in a specific environment and how helpful it is. Now, slightly moving away from what we had discussed in the last lecture, today on this theme, religion in an age of environmental crisis, I am just trying to introduce and brought you to a different perspective of bringing in some religion, mainly Christian religion, Buddhism and Hinduism, and we would be looking at how they have historically tried to make sense of their environment through their religious beliefs. Now, if you look around to set the tone and the background, we would perhaps look into some of the definitions or the opinions which are being raised in the world by the World Commission on Environment and Development, which perhaps seems to have acknowledged to reconcile with human affairs with natural laws by trying to raise the importance of culture and how these cultural and spiritual heritages can in some way or the other reinforce or reshape or rethink our economic interests and survival imperatives. Now, this sounds quite promising and interesting in some way, but to what extent it is being accepted or how it is being able to be implemented in the practical sense is something which we would be looking on. And for quite some time, the role of this cultural and spiritual heritage, which is mentioned by WCED, is supposedly seen to be something which would be useful for the environmental protection, at the same time sustainable development. But unfortunately, this has been ignored or sidelined by many of the international bodies and the policy planners and even many of the environmentalists. Now, one of the main anxiety and fear which these communities or these organizations have felt was in some way if the cultural and the spiritual aspect is being brought into the domain of environment and sustainable development, it might in some way tends to compromise with the rationality of science. And as I said, many tends to be pretty much apprehensive of trying to ushering in these ideas of religions or the classic texts in the sphere of this environmental movement, which perhaps is seen to be a threat because they might compromise the objectivity and the scientific temperament and professionalism of or so to say the democratic values. So, for this reason, for quite some time this idea of religion is being sidelined if not ignored. Now, this idea of rejection also led some groups of communities to even lead to a complete rejection of religion, to even incorporate them in the domain of this environment. And similarly, the issue was being raised by some of the recent feminist critic of religion, which perhaps identified these patriarchal biases, which is seen to be more close to the Western science, or perhaps which is more led by the Western patriarchal capitalist development. So, therefore, these are some of the issues which perhaps has been witnessed and encountered even after the ideas which is posited by the WCED to incorporate this religious and spiritual heritage. Now, if you tries to contextualize historically, religion in a way tends to not only teach us to perceive and to act on the non-human nature in terms of the particular human interests, beliefs and social structures, but this might not necessarily be the case with every religion. So, therefore, we will try to look at some of the claims and counterclaims which are seen in the classic text of many religious books in the upcoming lectures. Now, through religions, myths and laws have in a way we have socialized nature and harming it or maybe we tend to situate or contextualize them in our own human terms. That is the way we perceive, the way we maintain the kind of relationship and the way we sort of meted out certain kind of actions or maybe let us say harming them. Now, and to a large extent we have in a way done so far as so to satisfy our basic human needs or rather greeds and abilities and power relations. Now, for quite some time when we talk about the sustainability, the question is to what extent the resources we have encounter are in a position to satisfy our needs rather than our greeds. But we all know that human needs in a way is unlimited and we yearn for more and more, and as a result of this we tend to engage in exploiting the resources in a large extent. Now, the question remains how far this religion shape our understanding and also our conduct towards nature. And the second question is, and how has this environmental crisis what we are facing currently challenge and transform modern theology and spiritual practices? Now, these are some pertinent questions which perhaps can be raised, and it is also interesting to look at how the kind of religious beliefs or teaching is also being shaped by the cultural and social environment to which it is being shaped up. Now, therefore, religion in a way is not something we tend to follow whatever is being included in the religious or the classic texts. Rather, we humans tend to frame religion in our own ways and then in our own interest. So, therefore, when we talk about the Christian religion in particular, since it is being borrowed and then it has its origin from the Western culture. So, that part of the Western culture influencing on the Christian religious teaching in a way is seen to be something different from what it is being interpreted from the classical biblical texts. Now, for instance, if you look at the portion on the classic text of the Genesis, that is the first part of the Bible, many writers in a way quote these particular words in order to have some kind of a debate, if not their disagreements. Man's rights, that is to master the art, that is how human is given some kind of inalienable rights to control, or if not uh, act in a way what they like on this earth, and or more importantly the surroundings. And this perhaps seem to have created an essential source of havoc which wreaked by the Western societies upon the earth. Now, as we all know how industrialism and capitalism evolve and emerge, and in one of my lectures I had also mentioned about how the Christian religion or the Protestant ethic is particularly responsible for the rise of this Western capitalism. Now, in some way these all add ups, and then the kind of culture bring or upbringing where one comes from in a way has an impact, that is the religious belief in a way has an impact or impinges upon the character and attitudes and behavior of human towards nature. Now, contrary to what it is being seen here in the religious texts, we could also find out a different issues here, that is the spread of democracy and also the critical intellectual tendencies which are embedded in the Enlightenment philosophy and modern science also cast heavy doubt on any particular religion's claims to absolute truth. Now, when we looked at the period of this Enlightenment, which is more or less based on scientific reasons, and it tends to debunk the whole idea of religious belief, and these religious beliefs are seen to be a myth and irrational, and which are seen to be unscientific. Therefore, this period of this Enlightenment and philosophy and modern science in a way has sort of create a serious doubt on the particular religion's claims to absolute truth. Now, the ideas or the belief which is based primarily on this religion is seen to be something which cannot be proven and which is not based on reason. Therefore, it cannot be accepted as an absolute truth. Now, this idea of how modern science and technology emerges together in a way has to some extent shaped not just a new way of perceiving the earth or the universe, but it in a way has sort of brought a negative changes to the geographical space where humans tends to sort of exploit the nature much more in a much more intensity. Now, similarly, there are also in the recent times the eco-theologians who tends to brought in this idea of these traditions, or let us say the cultural beliefs, and then certain other ideas which are enshrined on the classical texts, tends to made an attempt to sort of reinterpret, so that which can perhaps help us in solving this current crisis which we are facing in the current environmental context. Now, the eco-theologians, for that matter, tries or attempts to bring in certain religions, so that we in a way have certain kind of beliefs which can be useful in trying to drive the humans closer to nature, which perhaps has begun as it was in the past, but it has dramatically changed over time, perhaps because human tends to be led by the materialistic desire, and then so is the relationship between human and the environment or natural resources has changed drastically. Therefore, in fact, if the significance of this religion is sort of increased because of these several guiding lights of modernity have become increasingly suspected. Now, for instance, people tends to have that negative notion against who are being religious, or terming them as rather fanatics or radicalists or maybe fundamentalist. Now, therefore, even among the same faith or the same religion, there is this sort of antagonistic feeling among humans. Now, keeping aside that, even the faith in science and these materialists or these so-called liberal democracies has in a way being undermined by the political violence, technological disasters and culture bankruptcy in the late 20th century, that is in the post Second World War. Now, if you looked at that is purely from the secular radical politics point of view, it in a way have rendered some kind of doubtful, mainly by the kinds of economic failures and also the totalitarian political excesses of this communism. This in a way have tends to see the failure of the political affairs around the world, how the communism have failed and how totalitarian has in a way has not been able to deliver what it promises. And this sort of chaos and the kind of anarchism which is being witnessed has in a way led to certain kind of an economic disaster. Now, therefore, this spiritual perspective is sort of seen as an alternative way or maybe as a source of some kind of a social directions as well as a personal inspiration. Now, this religion, as I said, can in a way deliver some kind of interest, if not an alternative way with from all these chaos and problems which we have witnessed today. And now, from the perspective of many world religions, that is on the abuse and exploitation of nature for human immediate gain, is perhaps perceived to be sort of unjust, immoral and unethical. Now, for example, if you look back at history, that is the ancient past, particularly the religion like in the Hindus and Buddhists, were in a way observed to be more careful, and then they are more or less engaged with the moral teachings regarding their attitudes towards nature, that is plants and animals normally. And even the many of their leaders, that is the rulers and the kings, were in a way pretty much followed the kind of principles and guidelines, and also in a way they have create an example to their fellow subjects and citizens. Now, for instance, you can perhaps maybe highlight the great king Ashoka, wherein he shunned violence after the war of Kalinga, and the followers, that is he took up the religion or professed the religion of Buddhism, and he later on becomes to be pretty much well known missionary of Buddhism. Now, that sort of extreme steps which are normally being taken up, and for that matter, like the religion of this Buddhism in a way is founded by none other than the Prince Siddhartha. that is, who later on came to be known as Gautama Buddha, who in a way has spent much part of his life in the forest or closer to nature. And therefore, there are some living examples or maybe legends whom we can in a way pinpoint of how they are in a way able to set certain kind of examples in the past, in the distant past, particularly even in the Indian context. But now, if you look around, maybe particularly in the 20th century, these ideas or this attitude of this materialistic orientation, which is more or less being influenced by the Western culture, has equally affected the cultures of the East. That is, it has in a way not only influenced through this process of this modernization or the globalization process, this whole idea of Western culture has not, I won't say indoctrinated, but then to some extent has influenced the cultural behavior and then attitudes of the East to some extent. So, more or less the modern science of which is purely Occidental in a way has sort of have an impact on the Orient, that is the Orientalist. Now, therefore, this theme on the historical roots of our ecological crisis, which is pretty much propagated or strengthened by none other than the historian Lynn White. Lynn White in a way tries to look at or trace the genealogy of or the historicity of religion by bringing in the Judeo-Christian religion, in trying to look and locate how it in a way has evolved and the kind of relations between human and nature has changed drastically over a period of time. Now, what he tries to look at or locate is this injunction or the kind of alliance which is being seen between the science and technology, that is the theoretical and the empirical approaches to our natural environment, has to some extent drastically changed, that is beginning from the Enlightenment period, and how this Western science or the modern science is seen to be sort of the only answer to our problems, and whereas sidelining the other beliefs or principle as something which is illogical and irrational. Now, this emergence of the widespread of these practices of the Baconian creed that scientific knowledge means technological power over nature can in a way scarcely be dated before the 1850, that is the mid 19th century. Now, these ideas of how the scientific knowledge or Western science is seems to be much more dominant and then much more powerful in terms of against dominating the nature, in a way has sort of shaped our ideas or our attitude towards nature. For example, if you look at the inventions and the evolutions of even arms and ammunitions, for instance, when the first cannon was fired, that is way back in the early 14th century, you could perhaps imagine the kind of far-reaching impact it has on the ecology or the environment rather. How and to what extent the natural resources has been exploited by simply using this first cannon. You all know like what a cannon is made of. It is not just an iron, but also the kind of ammunition which is being required and the amount of sulfur and charcoal which is being required in order to build a cannon. Now, therefore, superseding all these, surpassing all these ideas of how these the evolution of arms and ammunition in a way has to some extent tends to not only lead to the ecological disaster, but also it has to some extent and to a very innumerable extent it has led to a deforestation. Now, this in a way has led to some certain kind of erosion and also deforestation, because the demand for this iron ore and charcoal or sulfur rather, which is being mined from the forests or from the mountains, has been in much more demand. Therefore, it has to some extent affected the environment in a great manner. Now, how is this alliances between the science and technology is to be perceived? Science, which was traditionally perceived to be much more aristocratic, in the sense it is more based on the control or the dominance of the elites, and which was more of speculative also and intellectual in intent, whereas technology was more of lower class or empirical and action oriented. Now, when we talk about technology, before the alliance between science and technology, technology has in a way in existence in a much more earlier period than the first form of modes of production, like the simple technology of plowing and so on and so forth. And as a result of its injunction and alliance with science, technology has become much more finer and finer. And this evolution of technology itself has to be seen and located in the context of how harmful and impactful it is in the for the environment in general. Now, this fusion of the science and technology, which happened towards the middle of the 19th century, that is after the ideas of this Baconian creed of the scientific knowledge, which is seen to be dominance over nature. Now, this sort of fusion between science and technology has in a way reduced the kind of social barriers which tended to sort of assert a functional unity of brain and hand. Now, earlier it was more of an empirical or an action oriented, and it was very less guided by the sort of rationality, or maybe it was more based on logic rather than the intellectual intent. Now, with the fusion of the science and technology, now people tend to use not just the hand, but the brain, and this sort of combination happens to be pretty much lethal, and which eventually have witnessed and resulted to the ecological crisis which we are facing now. Now, this ecology crisis in a way is a product of an emerging entirely novel and democratic culture. Now, therefore, if one looked at how does one tries to contextualize the historical roots of this, that is the ecology crisis which we are facing, one can perhaps not just go back to the fusion or the injunction between science and technology, but since the theme which we are discussing is primarily based on religion, we will try to pick how some religion in a way influences or are able to bring certain kind of changes in terms of human relations towards nature. Now, before adding on that, if you look at the Western traditions of this technology and science, more or less the modern technology which we are using and the modern science are perceived to be distinctively Occidental is Western in nature. Now, as this technology and science which begin from the West in a way also has being influenced by the Western ideas of understanding or perceiving nature, and therefore, the leadership of the West, that is the Western world, both in terms of technology and in science, and also in far older than the scientific revolutions of the way back in the 17th century or the so-called industrial revolution of 18th century, and how it is able to usher in this amount of changes in terms of not just the scientific revolutions, but also the industrial revolution, and to what extent this industrial revolution has changed the face of the world or the art rather. And as a result of this why is industrial revolution always important when we looks at the advancement of this modern science and technology? Because as a result of this industrial revolution, it in a way has resulted to the colonizing more and more countries, and for quite some the period beginning from the 18th century till the later part of the 20th century is seen to be more of a period of imperialism and this colonialism. How the Western countries were in a way in competition to colonize countries, so that they were not just politically, but economically subjugated, and their natural resources are being ushered into their country. Now, therefore, this idea of this Western tradition in a way by having the upper hand with the use of this technology and science can be in a way seen to be rather in a different context. Now, if you look at the idea of this the medieval view of man and nature, that is much more before how this the advancement of this modern science takes place. Now, agriculture perhaps happens to be one of the main chief occupations even in the present times, but then any change in the method of the use of technology or tillage has a far-reaching impact on the kind of how we use the soil. Now, agriculture for quite some time, as I said, not just in the present context, but happens to be the first form of how human sustenance naturally began. Now, if you look at the earlier forms of how this agriculture is operated, people tend to use the plows which were normally being drawn by animals, that is maybe a couple of oxen, and which did not normally have much of an impact on the soil, and only the upper crust or layer of the earth is being scratched by this use of these particular tools or the early plow, let us say. Now, by later part of the 7th century AD, that is particularly in Europe or maybe the northern countries, normally peasants were using much more of a new kind of plow, which is perhaps seen to be more equipped with a vertical knife or a tool which in a way can cut the line of the furrow, that is the soil, and the friction of this particular plow with the soil was so impactful that it normally require maybe half a dozen or maybe 8 oxen, which is particularly different from the earlier one when they used this the plow which is being reckoned by the maybe 2 oxen. Now, therefore, the more number of these animals are being required, and since people can't afford such kind of the new kind of plow, so they normally tends to pull together and then go on with this kind of agriculture practices. Now, in this, what is being witnessed is that it tends to have a certain kind of impact on the land to such an extent that the cross plowing was not actually needed, and the fields tended to be shaped in a long strips, and how acres and acres of land were being plowed in a period of few moments. Now, what we can see from this context is that the kind of land, how it was being distributed earlier, that is, the fields were normally distributed in units, that is, which were more of capable of supporting a single family, that is more or less based on subsistence, and subsistence farming was perhaps the regular practice and in that period of time. Now, as we had discussed, how the use of these the much more of a sharp blade in terms of the harmful of those things, a new and more efficient plow, that is peasants tends to pull in together their oxen to form a large plow teams. Now, therefore, this distribution of land was no longer based on the kind of how the family can afford, or rather based on the needs of the family, but based on the capability or capacity of power machines to till the earth. That is, those who are in possession or who are in a positions to own a machine in a way can till the land to the extent they possibly wanted. Now, therefore, it is not based on the family owning such ratio of land, but rather if somebody is in a position to possess a powerful machine, he in a way can own much more of a land. Therefore, there is disparities in terms of distributions of land, at the same time in terms of acquiring and possession of wealth. Now, that is sort of a background how humans' relationship with the soil has in a way profoundly changed, and also how the earlier forms, that is, when the simple technology was used, man was seen to be much more closer to nature, or has been part of nature, and rather evolve and emerge as an exploiter of nature. That is how man eventually took not just something which is dependent on, but rather become a master. That is how the Bacon and Creed of the scientific knowledge in a way also shaped the minds of humans. That is, the dominance or power over nature is being witnessed way back from the 17th century. Now, what people do about their ecology, the kind of actions or attitude which are being meted out to the environment, also normally depends on what we think about themselves, that is in relations to things around them. That is usually how we perceive ourselves in relations to things around them, that is the ecosystem. Now, in a way, we have at length discussed about the human ecology already, so I need not really go into deep details again. Human ecology, as we discussed, is normally deeply conditioned by the beliefs about our nature and the destiny that is by religion. Now, in the context of this human ecology, again, religion plays an important role. Now, therefore, how the emergence of this Christianity or this Christian religion, by trying to discard this idea of this non-Christian or the pagan belief, maybe as we discuss what Durkheim talked about in the elementary forms of religion, of how this totemism is becomes a symbol, totem becomes a symbol of a particular community. These sorts of beliefs on totemism or maybe animism or animistic belief is in a way discarded or being sidelined by the Christian religion. Now, the victory of this Christian religion over this paganistic belief was perhaps seen to be much more of a psychological revolution in the history of our culture, that is the post-Christian age. Now, it tends to discard the kind of beliefs which hover around in many different parts of the societies and different religious groups. And what is the kind of impact and result Christianity has brought about in terms of the kind of relations people share with their environment? Since they denounce the existence of supernatural forces, the ideas of how spirits dwells in certain animate and inanimate objects. So, all this happens to sort of denounce and discard the earlier beliefs and the kind of relations people share with their environment. Now, if you look at the stories of creation, that is how Christianity in a way is being inherited from Judaism, not only as a concept of time, but also as more of non-repetitive and linear. Now, earlier many of the native societies tends to perceive the concept of space and time as more of cyclical in nature. But then the Christian dogma, which is based on this idea of more or less based by influenced by the Western science, tends to perceive time as which is linear, which moves on, that is non-repetitive, and so is their ideas of this creation. And although it is mentioned in the Genesis, that is the first book of the Bible, God happens to create the humans in His own image and body. He is not simply part of the art or the nature, but he is made in God's image. Now, if you look at these ideas of these stories of creation, we can in a way look at how over a period of time human tends to perceive themselves as above nature. That is one of the reasons why Lynn White in a way tends to perceive this Christianity which is being influenced by the Western culture, or maybe in its Western form, as something which is seen to be one of the most anthropocentric religions the world has seen. I am sure by now you are familiar with this terminologies of anthropocentric and biocentric. The anthropocentric perceive humans to be at the center of this universe, and which in a way is not sharing a sort of a biocentric relations, but rather has sort of an overriding power over the other species, or rather the ecosystem. Therefore, human is being situated above nature. Now, Christianity in its absolute terms can be seen to be contrast to the ancient paganism and atheist religious, except perhaps the maybe Zoroastrianism. Not only establishes a dualism of man and nature, but also insisted that it is God's wills that man exploit nature for his proper ends. So, in a way, they Christians tends to perceive or justify their sort of action towards nature by being guided by that opinion of that to exploit nature for one's needs is perhaps seems to be quite justified in that sense. But the pace and the amount of this exploitation which is taking place at the current pace is not something which is seen to be balanced and then sustainable in the real sense. Now, by destroying this the pagan animism, Christianity in a way emerges or has an upper hand in terms of exploiting the nature in a mood of indifference to the feelings of natural objects. So, in a way, it is guided by these ideas of temperaments or feelings of how these natural objects can be sort of exploited to the extent what one's like as the human tempo and interest. Now, this religious study in a way of nature for the better understanding of God was known as sort of categorized as a natural theology. Now, in the early church, if you look at mostly in the medieval period and always in the Greek East, nature was perceived to be primarily as something which is symbolic, that is their closeness and the kind of proximity they share with the plants and animals, and it is through this nature, or maybe God in a way tends to convey certain kind of message to them. Now, therefore, certain kind of plants and animals are sort of being revered and then seen to be sacred. Now, therefore, in the context, if you look at the Greek mythology event, there are some animals and then plants which are sort of acting as a totem to the Greek society. Now, this view of nature was essentially artistic rather than scientific. Now, as with the emergence of these scientific revolutions and the industrial revolution, these ideas or perceptions or views about nature was in a way being rejected and then seen to be much more guided by these ideas of artistic or maybe arts and aesthetics. Now, Western science in a way tends to presume that the task and reward of these scientists was to in a way think God's thought after him, and leads one to believe that this was their real motivation. So, in a way they tends to the Western science in a way presume that they are in a way fulfilling the kind of the unfulfilled desires or works which are being in a way left by if we go by the creation stories, how the art is being created. Now, this modern Western science was cast in the matrix of this Christian theology. It was sort of a mixture wherein this Western science was injected
into the Christian theology and tends to sort of being perceived as a propagator. Now, these both science and technology in a way are sort of blessed words in the contemporary or this modern world. Firstly, because that view historically that modern science is an extrapolation of natural theology, and secondly that modern technology is at least partly to be explained as which is based on the Western culture, that is Occidental, and also voluntarist realization of the Christian dogma of man's transcendence of, that is the rightful mastery over nature, that is purely guided by the anthropocentric ideas. Now, science and technology, which we have in a way are being grown out of, is being sort of indoctrinated by the Christian attitudes and their preachings and teachings towards man's relation to nature, who in a way is fondly also regarded as the post-Christians. Now, let us quickly have a look at the kind of worldview or the Christian cosmology rather. Now, to a Christian, a tree can be no more than a physical fact. That is something which is which have in a way utilitarian purpose, and the intrinsic ideas of a tree is normally being sidelined and compromised. So, this whole concept of the sacred grove is alien to Christianity and to the ethos of the West. Now, this sacred grove in a way is in practices in many of the animistic societies, wherein they believe that there is a spirit which dwells in the tree, and then or maybe certain kind of mythical beliefs are being embedded in that particular forest, and which is therefore considered to be sacred. Now, this idea in a way is again rejected by this Christian belief. Now, for nearly this 2 millennia, that is, the Christian missionaries have in a way engaged in sort of discarding and driving out those sort of spirits which are seen to be ill and devil from those sacred groves, and which are in a way seen perceived to be idolatrous because they assume spirit in nature. Now, therefore, this whole idea of the practices of chopping down or deforestation in a way also has an impinge on the environment or the ecology rather. Now, I had also partly mentioned about the kind of economic practices which are in a way being guided by this the Western Christian values. So, I won't repeat that. Now, the question is, what we do about ecology essentially depends on our ideas of these man-nature relationship. How? Because the more we engage or tends to depend on the science and technology, we are not going to move out of this, or rather evacuate ourselves from this ecological crisis until a new kind of religion is being established or rethink of the old one. So, in a way, Lynn White's argument basically is not to debunk or distort Christian religion in principle, but the kind of injection where the Western culture or the Western science and technology is being impregnated or maybe injected with Christian theology is something which needs to be differentiated. So, therefore, one needs to deconstruct and then reconstruct the whole ideas of these Christian religious teaching. This is what Lynn White's basic argument is, if I understand him correctly. Now, but our present science, if not our present technology, perhaps seems to be tinctured with the Orthodox Christians' arrogance towards nature, and therefore no solutions seem to be near to our ecological crisis, which can soon be expected. Therefore, the roots of our trouble are largely based on religion, and the remedy in a way also perhaps essentially can be religious in nature. So, the idea is to build an alternative path, or if not an alternative ways of understanding or perceiving religion in general, by pointing out the Christian religion in particularly. Now, to know more about Lynn White's understanding, maybe you can refer this, The Historical Roots of Our Ecological Crisis, which was published way back in 1967, in which you can have much more broader understanding about the critical argument which is being posed by Lynn White by challenging not just Christian religion, but also the Western science and technology, how it is evolving and then in a way led to the ecological crisis which we are facing now.